Hi everybody, thank you for being here with me today. Have any of you ever noticed your family or friends behaving entirely different on social media than they would in person? Social media is a form of communication that has taken our society by storm. And on social media, you can pretend to be whoever you want, and you can put any information out there for people to see whether it's false or not. I feel strongly about this topic because I feel as though in the past I've headed towards a path of social media addiction. Today I'd like to explain to you how social media can be detrimental to our mental health as well as how it can help to spread false information. First, I'd like to discuss how social media can be dangerous to your emotional well-being. Technology causes stress in the brain, which shuts down the prefrontal cortex, which is the part of the brain that normally limits dopamine in our sense of pleasure and reward. When the brain gets used to a higher level of dopamine, it wants us to keep seeking out that addictive substance or habit for more, which is called a dopamine loop. When you post something to Facebook and friends liking and commenting quickly, it sends a burst of pleasure to the brain. Dopamine starts at seeking, which then you get rewarded, which causes you to seek even more. This causes you to do it over and over again, and it's hard to stop. I'm sure while listening to these speeches today that you've considered checking your Facebook, your email, or both. According to an article titled 6 Ways Social Media Affects Our Mental Health for the website for Forbes magazine, a study conducted in 2015 by Swansea University found that people experience psychological symptoms of withdrawal when they stopped using the internet. Their recent follow-up study found that when people stopped using the internet, they demonstrated small, measurable psychological effects. I learned from an article titled, Is Social Media Bad for You on BBC.com that 1,800 people were surveyed, and it was concluded that women are more stressed than men. A large contribution to this stress was found to be Twitter due to the fact that they become aware of other people's stress. 60% of the people in this class concluded that they receive feelings of gratification when receiving a large amount of likes on their photos, and that they feel negative feelings when their posts don't get the amount of feedback that they hoped for. According to a survey of 1,500 people by Disability Charity Scope, 50% of women between the ages of 18 and 24 said that seeing attractive photos of women on the internet make them feel bad about themselves. And though it's embarrassing to admit, I can say firsthand that I've experienced this as well as the feeling of restlessness and boredom when refraining from using social media. The addictive and depressive symptoms of social media aren't the only way that it affects our perception of the world around us. Social media has caused fake news to surface easier than ever. The results of a statistic on Statista.com concluded that 43% of people reported using social media as their primary source of finding out news. It's no secret that social media sites such as Facebook and Twitter are riddled with political propaganda, and some stories are twisted to make readers sympathize with a certain perspective, while many are just lies in general. The scary thing about social media is that people are given the ability to make up complete lies, and their friends often believe them. You can say whatever you want about anybody or anything, and you are given the opportunity to allow people to share your lies, which causes them to spread even further. A perfect example of this scenario is when a Facebook hate page against Egyptian activist named Wael Gharnim surfaced. This situation was very dangerous for a while because there were claims such as him being a spy for the Israeli intelligence, as well as him being against the army. Claims like these were dangerous for someone in Egypt and could have led to him being very seriously hurt. I learned about this situation from a documentary called The Facebook Dilemma, which was featured on Frontline PBS. Posts such as these get popular rather than taken down on Facebook. Offensive posts gain people's interest, and that causes a lot of activity on the posts. Facebook's algorithm is programmed to show this content as much as possible because it causes people to be more active on the site. Instead of deleting offensive posts that contain inappropriate content or false information, Facebook moderators leave it up due to its popularity. This especially helps spread fake news because a post containing far-fetched claims will receive lots of attention, and it's a very vicious cycle. 60% of the people in this class said that you follow political pages on media that are on the social media that are specific to your political party. However, I was relieved to see that only 10% of you believe the news that you read on social media. Lastly, I would like to highlight the more positive aspects of social media. I found an article titled 7 Ways That Social Media is Affecting Us Positively on CureReady.com. The second statement of the article is that social media is a way to enhance our connectivity with other people. To directly quote their statement, they said that it is an effortless way to connect with like-minded people. You are just a single click away from an incredible number of such people, regardless of location or religion. Social networks are good in reviving and preserving relationships with other people. This is a point that I see often made. While social media is great for building relationships and keeping in touch, the fact that so many people are so easily reachable is a very dangerous tool. An article titled How Online Love Scammers Often Lure in Men, posted on the website for Dr. Phil, tells the story of an old man who was tricked by fake profiles of women online. Jerry has sent over $15,000 to fake profiles of women that he's spoken to online. This is a perfect example of how people being able to reach a wide variety of people can cause harm. Fake profiles of attractive women are often created online in hopes of tricking vulnerable people into sending them money, and a lot of times it works. Not only does being able to reach millions of people on social media enable scammers, but it's just another example as to how fake information spreads so quickly. Though social media is riddled with negativity, I do agree that it can be used as a positive tool as well. This article highlighted the idea that social media can be helpful for charities as well as students and teachers to do their work and access information for school. Though social media can help us maintain a connection to your family and friends, help us share our thoughts, and be a great tool to keep us informed, the negative aspects outweigh the positive ones. Social media has become the base of our society, and we're nearing a world where we might not know how to function without it. Social media can both affect our self-worth and consume our thoughts. While social media can make us more aware of the things in the world happening around us, it can also make us believe that things are happening that cease to exist. I've deleted my Facebook, my Twitter, and I'm working towards deleting my Instagram too, and I encourage you all to do the same. Is it worth having a skewed view of the world around us just to be able to see what your coworker is doing on her day off? That's for you to decide.